This is Don the Diecast Pirate, and today I have for you my New Arrivals Part 4 episode. And we have some old stuff to show you that came in a while ago, stuff that's been coming in lately, and then we'll get into some other things I want to talk about real quick in this one. So, first of all, shout out to Jim Silva. I bought a couple. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. And then, as we have a build coming up this weekend, and I'll talk about that later too. The Olds 442, and I bought this Zamac car for it, and I'll talk about it in that video as well, that I thought I would use for that. And also, I bought another one at the same time, and I'll get into the reasons why I didn't use this one. But then I realized that this was part of a set, and I looked them up on eBay, and I bought them. So we have, and I'm going to open these up, but not right this moment. Plymouth Duster Thruster. There's the 71 Dodge Demon. We have a Chevy Camaro Concept. Then there's, what is that, a 68 Plymouth Barracuda Formula 5. We also have a 67 Ford Mustang Coupe. Then there's a 70 Buick GSX and a 68 Copo Camaro. And then the last one is that 68 Olds 442. So there's those. And somebody commented on Facebook when I put up pictures of the Bullet Mustang that I should build the Dodge Charger next. Well, I didn't really want to build the Dodge Charger from that movie. I was like, well, I started looking them up. So these are 3 of the Johnny Lightning Dodge Chargers, and I bought them for those wheels. I thought maybe we could borrow those for other builds. I'll keep one as it is, and maybe we'll use these wheels on other builds in the future. I also have, and I'm going to open these up too, the Greenlight Hollywood Bullet Edition Dodge Chargers. And again, I'll keep one of those the way it is and probably borrow those wheels for another car off of one of them. So there's those. Alright, so let's get into what's in the box. And I was trying to look around. It seemed like there should have been more, but it's probably just my bad memory. So you're going to say, Don, why do you keep buying these things? Trust me, I have an idea. I have a plan. And someday soon, hopefully I can show you my plan. So there's a Backwoods Bomb that I bought for the window. There's a Ramble and Wrecker Blackwall Edition I bought for the intact back parts because it has the lights on top still, and this piece is intact. I bought this one. This is a Redline, and interestingly, I only paid $5 for this one on eBay. They had it listed for like, I don't know, $8-9. It didn't sell. They relisted it. I gave them an offer of $5, and they accepted it. But I bought that for this piece here because I can go with one of the other ones that has the other piece that's good. So stumbling over my words here. And then a couple more of the Super Vans. We have a Blackwall Edition with a metal base, and then this Redline Super Chrome. It has a black plastic base. So there's those stuff we'll be doing in the future. This is a Hotbird, and it's a gold chrome one. I've never had one like this. I have a bunch of these that at some point we'll pull out in the What's in the Case videos, and I'll show you what I have. So we'll get to see all those together, and I probably will restore at least a couple of these for myself. A couple citations, the white citations, and sometimes I forget what I have. So I saw one of these. I'm like, yeah, I want that. And then I saw another one. I'm like, I'll get 2. And then I looked up at my cases, and I already have 2 of these. I figured this was one of those cars that I think I originally bought. The 2 up in the cases, I would do a restoration on one and do a custom on the other. Well, no, I have 4 of those. So there's that. And then we have this for possibly using in a future post-apocalyptic build. Some Matchbox lovers out there be like, no, it's perfect, don't mess it up. Like, listen, these things are really not that expensive. So, and I don't know, we may do something different with it. But if not, it'll just sit and look good, right? Also, I bought another K7. This one is missing the back parts. Now, when I was a kid, I only ever had one of these, and I got it from a thrift store when I was 12 years old. I went up to Michigan to stay with my oldest sister for the summer, and there was one of these at a thrift store, and I think she bought it for me. I think at the time it was like $2, something like that, $3 maybe. But that one, it didn't have. I never knew that it had the cover on it or the slide out piece. That one had the flap on the back, and I was always trying to figure out what this worked. I could tell that something was missing, but I didn't know what it was until a couple years ago when I was starting to look for cars that I used to have in my collection, and this is one of them. And I found two that I bought that have the original plastic cover on the back and everything, which those, one of them I want to do a restoration. Maybe I'll do a restoration on both, I'm not sure. Maybe do a custom, but definitely do a custom on this one. So there's that. Oh, here's an Formula Fever IndyCar I bought for the Real Riders. Interestingly, when I got it, there was a big tire from the back on the front, and this little tire was on the back. Some little kid was playing around with tires. There's that. And then I saw this lot of 5 cars on eBay, and I had to have them, and I'll just pull them out here. And we'll talk a little bit about these. Get the box out of the way. And we are going to get to this box in this episode, guys, so don't worry about that. We're good. We're good. Plenty of time. So these are some 1933 Willies Coops. And this is a Johnny Lightning. This one's a Johnny Lightning. We'll get to that one in a second. This one's a Johnny Lightning, and this one's a Johnny Lightning. Now, I'm not sure. Looks like those... No, those have different wheels. So I don't know if these all came from Johnny Lightning with the wheels that are on them. Most likely they did. Yeah, they probably did. This one has Real Riders on it. I just thought it might be, something cool to build at some point. Now, there's a couple of customs that somebody did. So somebody had this and they wanted it to be a gasser. So they took the front axle out, and if you look underneath this one, you can tell the difference. So they notched these out to put the axle in there, and it does not roll. Okay, and this one, this is a Matchbox 33 Willies street rod, and I don't think I haven't looked this up online for pictures of it, and maybe you guys could tell me. I don't think these are the original tires, and the reason I say that is because I can tell that they've been super glued on. So like this front axle does not even turn at all, right? And it looks like somebody brush painted this, the white and the black and the silver on the lights and the grill. So I'm trying to look up underneath, and maybe it was originally white. I see some yellow there for some reason, so I don't know what it was originally, but I think we could do something with that one sometime. Maybe possibly a couple months down the road. A few of the other builders would like to do a build off or something. We can do a small one. So I got these. Just let me know if you're interested. So there's that. Now, finally, the box. This thing we're not going to talk about in this video, and I'm not going to show you what it is, just because of what it is. And I think this vehicle that's in this package deserves an entire video dedicated to it. So that will be coming up at some point in the future. So let's get to this. I saw Paul at Fat Guy Productions do one of these Ford MK4s the other week, and I had to have one. And this one does have a broken pin, and you know, and it's pretty rough. So I don't know if they'll make a good restoration as far as going back to Spectraflame, but we'll take a look at that sometime. And then I couldn't help myself. I saw these and I had to have them. 2 custom Firebirds, another blue on blue Hong Kong car, missing the hood, missing the wheel, and a US car that somebody heavily kid painted blue, and they went everywhere with this, all underneath the underside, over the outside, the interior. It looks like they painted the whole interior and paint scraped off over the years. They painted the underside of the hood, and that corner is broke off right there, or the grill. These cars, I don't know when I'll get to these. I do want to start doing Sweet 16 restorations as well, and I've never even really brought those up before. Maybe just put it this way, okay? My Sweet 16 collection is not insignificant, okay? It's all bad, beat up cars, but it's not insignificant, and I'll just leave it at that. Speaking of Sweet 16s, there's some custom Barracudas, all right? So we have a Hong Kong car with a bent A-pillar. Don't know if I could straighten that out without breaking it. We might have to do a little repair work on that. This one, a purple on purple, and somebody painted hood underneath. I would very much like to do a restoration on this car at some point. I love the purple on purple as well. Let me get this one down real quick, because this will be coming out in a future video. If I can fix the paint on this one, or fix the body. I was trying to polish it, and I was trying to do this for my first restoration video, and I'll have that coming up in the future. We'll see how that works out. Now this one, the thing of it is on eBay, cars, the custom Barracudas, as an example, if you get one that is in decent shape, that has mostly intact paint, has the original wheels, maybe some replacement wheels, you're going to pay over $100 for it. It's crazy money, right? So I think these, in this condition, I probably paid about $30 each for. This is one that someone restored and sold on eBay. Now, and so why would I buy one that's restored? And I saved the pictures from the auction, and I'll put them up in the video so you guys can see how horrible this looked. And the reason that I bought it, so the auction sold for more than I wanted to pay for it, because it has a cracked glass. In the pictures, the pitting and the paint looks horrible, and you can still see it here. And I thought, well, I'll get it, and maybe I'll strip it down and, and try and fix it, but I don't think I'm going to mess with it. I think I'm going to keep it just the way it is. What it comes down to is the auction sold for more than what I wanted to pay for it, so I didn't bid on it. I say, well, how did you have the car then? Well, because for whatever reason, either the buyer backed out when they took a closer look at the pictures, but for whatever reason, and I didn't ask the seller, the sale didn't go through. So it was relisted. And here's the other thing is the seller put it on like a 9 or 10 day auction, which is crazy. And I watched it, and it came right down to the end, and I bought it for the starting bid. So I got this car for like $20. So I paid less for this than I did for one of those. And it's in actually better condition. That just goes to show you too, cars that are restored, depending on what it is, people see restored cars, the ones that are intact, that have never been in the car, you hear car world, real car world, you hear about unmolested, nobody ever did anything to them. Those are usually worth more than cars that have been customized with aftermarket parts, because they're not original. So, and then you can take a car that was modified and put it back to original, but it's as close to it as you can with replacement parts, or maybe you find original parts to put back on it. But it's never going to have the value of a totally 100% original car. So I like having this one. I think the only thing I might do to this is take it apart and put a new glass in it. because that one is cracked. A couple more. I know. All right. Another Redline with a totally intact back part. I mean, there's that. And another Redline with a metal base. I'm not buying any more Super Bands. I think I have one or two more Bramble and Urkers coming, and that's it. We'll see next week when I do that one. Now, take a look at this. This is a 69 Olds 442, and it doesn't say it, but it was a cruiser. Usually it says right there. And for whatever reason, it doesn't say cruiser on it. The interior's good. It needs new glass. This will be a restoration. Next one, we have a Redline Olds 442 Fire Chief car. This will be a restoration. Next, we have a 69 Olds Redline 442 Fire Chief car. That will be a restoration. Or, yeah, no, not a custom. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. So we have a 1969 Olds 442, and I see traces of white on it. So this was a police car. And what else do we have in here? Oh, here's one. We have 1969 Hot Wheels Redline Olds 442 police car. And then we have a 1969 Hot Wheels Redline Olds 442 police car. And what else do we have here? We have a 1969 Hot Wheels Redline Olds 442 police car. I'm going to pause the video here. Hold on. Okay, I just had to go count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to bring them out and show them to you in this video. I have 14 more 442s in my cases up there, and some of them are maxi tack. You see, some of them are the Fire Chief car with the sign on the top, the way the maxi taxi had it. A couple of them are like this, and one or two are like that. I don't know for sure. Now, so let's get into what's in this case, or what's left in here. So we have 1969 Olds Redline 442 Cruiser, and you notice one thing right off the bat is it has a red light instead of a blue light. So in these ones, the light is part of the window glass, and this one, it's separate. It also has an opening hood that's missing, and I can get a replacement hood for this from the Redline shop. We'll set that to the side for right now, and we'll come back to that. We have 1969 Hot Wheels Redline Olds 442. I believe this was I see traces of red paint, but I also see traces of white. But someone had already taken this car apart, so it's already been drilled. Okay. And we can take this out and take a look at it. So I'm not seeing any traces of paint left in here. It looks like there may be some white. So this is probably a police car. It says police cruiser on the bottom there. Missing an A-pillar. We'll have to replace that. A little bit of flash there on the dash. The hood is intact. It's missing the light. Still has the glass in the interior. Okay, that glass has to go up in there first. I hadn't pulled this out before. Oh wow, that is interesting. So you have to get the glass up in there the right way. Wow. Okay, we got it in there. So that'll be a restoration. Then we have a 1969 Hot Wheels Redline Olds 442 police cruiser with an opening hood. It does have one broken pin, and somebody doused the wheels in white paint. And then we have a 1969 Hot Wheels Redline Olds 442 police cruiser. Has a lot of that on the base, but I don't think anybody ever really played with this car that much. I mean, the tires still play wear, but the hood is like super tight as far as opening it goes. You know, that's about as far as I can open it, and I won't press it further because I don't want to break anything or stress it. And then the last one is the 1969 Hot Wheels Redline Olds 442 police cruiser that somebody took another type of white paint and went over. It didn't match, so it must have been missing some paint, and they wanted to fix it, and they didn't have quite the right color. Now, taking a look at these, this one has cap wheels on the back. This one's has holes front and back. This one has holes front and back. This one's holes front and back. Holes, 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 holes. And I don't know the exact stats on these. This one is another one that has cap wheels in the back. All that being said of these, what I may do, because this one's missing the hood, and putting a replacement hood on there it's not going to have the same value. I want to turn this into a clone of a regular 442, delete the lights and sirens off the roof, add the wing on the back, replace the hood, and hopefully shine it up and give it a nice Spectra Flame paint job. And we'll put some aftermarket stickers on it. And that's the only one that I would do that to. From what I can see, the ones where they take a police cruiser and clone one of the regular cars, they still sell for the same price as a police cruiser in the same condition. So cloning a regular 442 does not make it go up in value. It doesn't lose any value. It's still what it is. But people can tell because when you look at the bottom, it says police cruiser on it. So there's those. Okay, so I have 28 of these total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are opening hood cars. And I sent two of them over to Cole at Kudos Diecast Customs. Great guy, by the way. Future videos coming up. Stay tuned Friday night for a weekly Redline restoration. Well, it's not a weekly Redline. My weekly build. Whether it's a restoration or a custom or whatever, I'm going to have a video coming out every Friday, and there will be live premieres at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys are welcome to come, hang out in the chat while we watch the video together. You can ask me questions, you know, and we can talk about stuff. Or just have a good time watching the video. You know, whatever you guys feel like. Just come hang out if you can make it. That's going to be every Friday. Speaking of videos every week I'm going to have a showing off my collection, such as this, whether it's new arrivals, which there won't be much of, or what's in the case. So starting next week, I'll probably do a short new arrivals video, and then right after that I'll have a what's in the case video. So we'll premiere that next week. So that'll be on the 17th. So this weekend on Saturday we have the Porsche build for Andrew at Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers, celebrating his 1 year 1,000 subscriber celebration. There's going to be announcements in that video at the end of the video for my 100 subscriber special, and I'll talk more about that in the end of that video. So make sure you watch that, and make sure you watch the whole video to the end so you can see what's going to happen. Okay, on Monday the 15th we have this 1968 Oldsmobile 442 build with the Diecast Mafia. Those are great guys over there. Be sure to tune in for that. On Wednesday next week, again on the 17th at 6 a.m., video is going to be released for the St. Patrick's Day build with Paul over at Diecast Graveyard. Another great guy. I've been a fan of his for years. Been watching his videos. I support him on Patreon. All around great guy. Make sure you watch out for that and check out all the other builds, as well as the Diecast Mafia builds. You know, everybody that's building cars with them. On Wednesday the 24th, so a week from this coming Wednesday, 2 weeks on the 24th, we have a Jeep build off with Matchbox Mark. So make sure you stay tuned for that. In April, we're going to have another Diecast Mafia build And my first build with the 3 blind mice will be coming out in April. The Porsche video on Saturday. There's something new being added to my channel that's going to debut in that video. So make sure you watch for that. Right after this video, I'm going to upload another video, and it'll be the first episode of Off the Hook. So pretty much I've been picking up some cars here and there in the stores, and these are the cars that are off the hook. So make sure you check make sure you check that out too. Alright guys. Thanks for watching, supporting me. I really appreciate you guys and everything you've done. We're doing over 120 subs now. Can't believe it. I'm really humbled. Listen, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button if you would, please. You know, just really consider doing that. And click that like button, because that really means a lot to me. You know, I really appreciate seeing those likes, and I appreciate the comments that you guys put down below and give me feedback on my videos and what we're doing here. And ring that bell for notifications. So that's it for now. As always, this is Don the Diecast Pirate, and I will see you next time.